Namaste to all of you. In today's video, we would like to learn about the calculation of total hardness, permanent hardness, and temporary hardness of water. So, how can we calculate numerically? What is the way to calculate the total hardness, permanent hardness, and temporary hardness of water? So, we have a formula for it. N1V1 is equals to N2V2 is equals to N3V3. This formula is used for the calculation of hardness, and here the N1V1, N2V2 and N3V3 terms has their simple meanings, normality and volume. But this normality and this volume is for standard hard water whose hardness is known to us. This N2V2 is for EDTA solution, the disodium salt solution of EDTA, and this N3V3 is for unknown hard water sample UHW, whose hardness is to be known. So first we calculate, number A step is calculation of normality N2, that means EDTA normality. So we simply put the formula N1V1 is equals to N2V2. This N1V1 is for standard hard water, this N2V2 is for EDTA solution. So we can calculate this N2. So N1V1 divided by this V2, so we get N2. Suppose we have a value N2 is A. Then the step number B. What is the second step? The second step B is calculation of N3. So how can we calculate the N3 from this formula? N1V1 is equals to N2V2 is equals to N3V3. The way is N2V2 is equals to N3V3. This N2V2 is for EDTA and this N3V3 is for unknown hard water sample. So we can calculate this N3. So N2V2 is equals to V3 divided by V3 is equals to N3. Suppose we get a value of N3 is B. Then how can we calculate further hardness? So we have a formula, hardness is equals to normality multiplied by equivalent weight. So hardness is equals to normality N3 into equivalent weight of calcium carbonate, E of calcium carbonate, and it is 50. We know that very well. So we get here N3 into 50. So gram per liter is the answer, and multiply here 1000 to get milligram per liter. So N3 into 50 into 1000, so we get here milligram per liter. Now this hardness, we have this hardness, and suppose this hardness for example is P milligrams per liter. Suppose that Now the next step is to calculate the permanent hardness and temporary hardness. Okay, so we boil the water sample for 10 minutes. We boil this unknown hard water sample for 10 minutes, and after the cooling we once again we once again titrate this unknown hard water sample for the same EDTA. So now the number, if this is a C point, then number D, the number D point, the D step is calculation of N4, and we adopt a formula N2V2 is equals to N4V4. This N2V2 we know is for EDTA, but this N4V4 is this time unknown hard water sample after boiling of water, after 10-minute boiling, 20 minutes boiling or 15 minutes boiling. So N2V2, this EDTA is the same EDTA, and this EDTA is once again using here for the unknown hard water, but this time unknown hard water has been boiled for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Okay, so now put the values here. So N2, the V2 divided by V4, so we get N4. Okay, and now once again hardness is equals to normality N4 into 50 into 1000. So we get here the hardness is equals to, suppose, Q. Okay, now listen, we got hardness P and we got hardness Q, milligrams per liter. This hardness is obtained after boiling of water. This means that after a 10 minutes boiling or 20 minutes boiling, the temporary hardness has been removed from the water sample. So we have now a permanent hardness in the sample. So this hardness Q, this Q is a permanent hardness, because this hardness is obtained after a boiling, and this hardness was obtained before boiling of this water. That means the simple water sample. Okay, so this is this particular P is total hardness, and we know that if we subtract permanent hardness from the total hardness, that means P minus Q, we get a new hardness, suppose R, and this hardness R is called as the temporary hardness. So now we have three type of hardness. The P hardness, that means the hardness before boiling of water, so it is a total hardness. Then after a 10-minute boiling we get another hardness, the Q hardness, Q milligram per liter, Q hardness of water, and this hardness is called as permanent hardness because this is obtained after a 10-minute boiling. And if we subtract this permanent hardness Q from the total hardness P, we get another hardness, suppose R milligram per liter, and this R milligram per liter is called as temporary hardness. Okay, so we can write here the total hardness is equals to permanent hardness plus temporary hardness. So this is a simple calculation of total hardness, permanent hardness and temporary hardness of water by formula N1V1 is equals to N2V2 is equals to N3V3 and furthermore is equals to N4V4. I hope you have a better clarification of the calculation of these three hardness from a given water sample. Please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.